Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, and we're going to talk about the Attack on Titan and how it hasn't subsided at all over the last couple months. This manga and anime does seem to be the media's favorite punching bag. The allegations are that it is a fascist piece of fascist propaganda, and that, you shouldn't watch it. You shouldn't watch it. You shouldn't cosplay. The creator is homophobic and a closet Yahtzee and all of that stuff. In fact, it has become the poster child for hit pieces like this one from the now defunct Sci-Fi Wire Fangirls, the troubling relationship between anime and fascism, and it goes on. And we're going to look at some of these ridiculous headlines. And I got to give a hat tip to that one girl who sent me a link to this, because it's coming up again. It's coming up again that Attack on Titan, one of the most popular manga and anime series of all time, is just fascist propaganda. There we go, coming from Japan. It's Yahtzee propaganda. So before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, we're over 150,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. It means a lot for sure. And check out our Black Friday sale if you get a chance. We don't have a Patreon. We don't do a lot of live streams. So the best way to support us, if you want to do that, is to buy merch. And we have a link up at shopclownfish.com. You can pre-order, look, the new pin pack with Kneon and Geeky pins. Look at that. She's got a brush. I've got a big pencil, and we've got holiday sweaters in too. We've got holiday hats. We've got some of Pinky Boo's Suck a Peach merch, and some other stuff. So check it out at shopclownfish.com. And they're having sales on all sorts of stuff. So what kicked this off was a tweet with a lot of other tweets. So here are some of the bullshit that's being talked about with Attack on Titan on Twitter, because Twitter, everything is offensive, everything is literally Hitler, everything has to do with Yahtzees. We got this one, Yahtzee propaganda. If you like Attack on Titan, I reserve the right to take a baseball bat to your face. Holy hell! Threatening violence over a cartoon. Gotta love it. This is very, very typical, by the way. We have talked about this in numerous videos about cartoon fandom, anime fandom, the Tumblr crowd, just being completely obsessed with TV shows, cartoons, to the point of threatening physical violence against people, threatening to dox people who don't agree with them, putting needles in cookies and taking them to conventions to try to harm artists. It's absolutely insane. Here's another one. German nationalism mixed with fascist undertones. Attack on Titan. Dumb, trashy fun until Erwin's death, and then boom, anti-Semitism, misogyny, homophobia, the whole package. I'd like to email Isayama, please don't ever write or think of ideas. Also, he sucks at drawing people. Attack on Titan. This shit is fascist propaganda, and people still act like that's not a problem. LOL. Now, some of the replies, including that Magani girl, you want to do a video on this? Well, yeah, we are. What homophobia? Characters are literally gay for each other. They're a very wholesome couple. And there's a character who has no real gender. We'll talk about that too. There actually is a character that does not have their gender revealed. But we don't hear about this very much because, Yahtzees. Does he suck at drawing people? Well, yeah. So this is just, it goes on and it goes on. I don't understand the fascination, I guess, with it by the media, especially because it's popular. That's the only thing I can think of, but it always, I'd say within the last year or two, it has been the go-to anime to point out that anime is problematic and anime is fascist, and military uniforms make people sad. Again, coming from the defunct Fangirls, a blog that did not pull its own weight, that Sci-Fi literally pulled the plug on last week. And with articles like this, I can't imagine why. I can't imagine why they pulled the plug on this awful trash website, but it's gone. But yeah, Attack on Titan, I think the popularity, this is how this seems to work. So the media decides that anime fans are problematic because anime and 4chan and Trump. That's basically, this is how the childish thinking goes. Well, anime and 4chan and Trump and Pepe. So anime is problematic. So let's go cherry pick a popular anime that has military uniforms and potentially fascist overtones. It seems Germanic, I guess. And we're gonna take this one to task because we know people are gonna be searching for news on this particular title because it is popular. We're not gonna dig up some really obscure anime that might make a better point. We're gonna talk about one of the biggest anime series, one of the biggest manga series of all time. According to Wikipedia, there are 100 million copies of Attack on Titan in print. It's one of the best-selling manga series of all time. You know, it's definitely, it's in the top 20. But, yeah, I mean, there are some that Demon Slayer actually passed it. Look at that. Demon Slayer passed it in a few short years. But Attack on Titan is definitely up there. So it's, you know, it's fair game. Polygon. The fascist subtext of Attack on Titan can't go overlooked. The story's twist exposes the ugly side of the manga and the anime. Editorial note, it contains spoilers. Yeah. So they're talking about how it's riding the crest of YA popularity, but basically it doesn't deserve it. It doesn't deserve it because, you know, fascism. Here we have one from comicbookresources.com. Attack on Titan's criticism of fascism and racism is far from subtle. Well, here we go. Look at this. This is actually the other side of it. Attack on Titan has been accused of containing racist and fascist subtext, but these criticisms couldn't be further from the truth. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. The similarities between Nazism, Yazism, and Attack on Titan is very clear. However, it doesn't glorify the fascist government it portrays, but rather breaks it apart and exposes its flaws. In later developments in the series, the main characters find out the Titans that roam outside are not, in fact, monsters. Spoiler! But former humans who transformed into Titans against their will, who now mindlessly walk the earth in an endless nightmare. Just like how the Yazis use false propaganda to convince people that certain kinds of people were the enemies of the German state, the government in Attack on Titan did something similar, with the enemies turning out to be giant humans that are actually victims of the fascist system. Well, apparently the people complaining about it didn't really read the series. Pop Matters, not Yazism repackaged, a closer look at the fascist subtext of Attack on Titan. It's terrible. It's terrible. Here's what Attack on Titan would look like if it was pro-fascist and actually anti-Semitic. So we have people coming out in defense of it. This is Collider coming out in defense of it. Collider said, I was rather surprised to tune into the latest episode of Attack on Titan and find out that not only were we getting an origin story and a trip back in time before Eren Yeager's birth, but that the story would be an allegory for a country's segregation of citizens seen as inferior or vermin, specifically representing certain kinds of people in Nazi Germany during World War II. Unexpected, to say the least. What I should have expected, however, was that the internet would respond with a knee-jerk reaction without taking the time to sit and think about what they just saw. And I also should have expected a notable outlet to take advantage of said outrage by fanning the flames of the freakout over animated pseudo-fascism. This is 2019, after all. Well, it's still going on. Yeah, Polygon. Polygon seems to be the source of this untruth. My fave is problematic. Attack on Titan from Anime Feminist. God, I'm such a horrible person for liking this show. Oh, this is nice. Critical Mass. Why Attack on Titan is the alt-right's favorite manga. White supremacists have found inspiration in the ultra-violent, ultra-popular saga. So now it's literally turning people into Yahtzees instead of Titans. So I don't understand, I think Polygon was definitely a root of it. Because it does seem like all of this chatter began last year and it just sort of spread. And again, it's, people who are not actually watching the shows, they're just complaining about the shows. And again, it's because it's anime, it's popular, it's got military uniforms, and also 4chan, Trump, and Pepe. Because, you know, anime, it's problematic. It's problematic. Military uniforms are problematic. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. The beat goes on. I would just ignore these people. 100 million copies sold. You know, they're just looking for something to latch onto, to bitch about, to try to save their failing websites. And it's not going to work. Fangirls tried that and they're gone. They're gone. We'll see you later.